Joe. Welcome back. This is the ultimate love letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. Get the message, but don't shoot the messenger. This combo is inspired, like all combos, based on my own experience. When I am speaking with friends and family, and I know that I'm in a moment where the loved one I am engaged with is coming for counsel and they need a word from God. I always, in those moments, I ask God, speak through me, God. Just use me as a vessel. Allow my words to be your words. Whatever this person needs to know, please just use me as a channel. And so what I find happens next is I will give a direct message, a message filled deeply in love. But oftentimes, after the words have come out, I'm like, oh my goodness, that was some spiritually unhinged words. And then I almost kind of want to reel them back in. But I know that is really just the fear creeping in. Like, I said a prayer. I asked God to speak directly, to the person I'm in conversation with and to reveal whatever the truth is that we all need to know once we're in conversation. So whatever comes out is from God. Like, just straight up, it's from God. And I know it because I say it and I feel it in my spirit. It's like, woo, that was kind of direct. That was raw. That was sugar free. But that is how God is. God's words are deeply rooted in love. And so as we draw closer to God, then we have to understand that our words, our intention behind our words will be felt with the people that we're in conversation with. Like, have you ever been in conversation with people and you just know they're just agreeing with you because they're quote unquote a yes person? They don't want conflict. And so you really can't get anything true out of them. You kind of sense that they're just telling you what you want to hear or what they think you want to hear. No. That is certainly not the case with an individual who is walking close with God, who is deeply rooted in their truth and their true expression. But I just certainly wanted to take a moment right here just to let my community know, let my family and my friends know that if you have found yourself in conversation with me and perhaps it seems like the message has come across sugar-free, right? Uncoated, unfiltered, very raw, very direct. My intention is that you feel the love behind it. My intention behind my words it's never to hurt. It's never to inflict pain. It is actually intended to set free. And as I'm standing in my true expression, these words might come across as, woo, I can't believe that rolled off her tongue. But I'm praying that you, my beautiful community, not only my friends and my family who know me intimately, and we have these deep, one-on-one conversations, but you, my community, who is building this with me, you're receiving these words. And my intention is that the love is certainly felt, no matter how unhinged, quote unquote, they may come off, because I get it. Even with me, I'll say some things and I'll be like, ooh, Lord, where did that come from? Well, I know where it came from. It's God. It's the Spirit speaking through me. This is my expression. And I have had this conversation with God. I have prayed, God, if I'm going too far, reel me back in. I have prayed, God, please allow my intention behind my words to reveal the true intention. And that's always love. I'm never intending to break anyone down. If I really don't care for you, and I do care for everyone. That's just who I am and how I am. But if I didn't care, I wouldn't waste energy and time and effort listening to you and then giving you a word from my spirit. If I didn't care, I would just keep this goodness to myself. But because I care and because I see the potential, I see individuals as they truly are, which is wrapped in God's royal garments, a child of the king, which makes us all royalty. I see that royalty in you. So when you come to me with a challenge or a life event, and I see there is a repeated pattern of, you making the same, quote unquote mistakes, nothing's a mistake, but you make the same, you keep choosing the same routes, but you're not doing anything differently and you're hoping for a different outcome, then yes, my words, sometimes they will roll off like word vomit, but it's always to build up. It is almost like a coach wanting to snap you out of your stupor, like a parent wanting to instill truth into their children. It is never from a place of you're less than. Oh God, let that never be the case. I hope no one ever perceives me as trying to tear them down like you're less than. Absolutely not. These words are always intended to love and set free and encourage. But I know the way they come out, sometimes it comes out of me, and sometimes I'm mortified, like, oh my gosh, that really came out of me. But really, it's my expression and my God-given gift from God. God is using me to express his love this way. And even when God is giving me a word, oftentimes I'll hear him sometimes just straight up direct. And it's always filling with love. I always feel it with love, and it's saturated in just, reverence and just a reminder and encouraging. God is always encouraging, always. But sometimes it's just straight up, like just flat, like, why are you late in the change? Why? And it can be that direct sometimes. And I understand it. My expression can be direct sometimes. And believe me, I definitely sometimes want to be like, ooh, Lord, can they take it? I mean, and I've already said it, I can't take it back, but can they accept the way I said it? And I hope I didn't hurt them with the words, and I'm hoping that they feel the love behind the words. So I just wanted to give it to my beautiful friends, my family, and my community who listen to me speak. And thank you so much for being here. Please receive the message and don't shoot the messenger. And I hope that doesn't seem like a cop out, because I can certainly take it. And not that anyone has ever, come back and said, no, that was too hard or that was too rough. Never. In fact, the people who I know have taken it that way have simply disappeared from my life. Like, they never directed anything at me. They never said, oh my gosh, you took it too far. Never once. But I know they probably felt I had, because they never called me again. And so they left my life, permanently. And that's how God works. And that's how it works when we're just standing in our truth and we're just expressing ourselves openly and honestly and in alignment with God. And my sole intention is that if you are here and you are in earshot of my voice and my words, I am praying that you hear God, because a lot of preparation has gone into me spending time with God, me opening a vessel and making space where I am removed from it, my personality, and that God can just funnel through me and onto whoever he brings to our community. And so, yes, don't shoot the messenger, but get the message. And this goes for everyone and everything. If perhaps you're out and you meet a stranger and a stranger just stops you, and for a moment you're stopped in your tracks, that's God saying this person has a word for you. And sometimes their words are just highlighted in your mind and you don't know why. No, that is God speaking through them to you. Don't discount the way God sends messengers. And sometimes it may seem a little direct. Sometimes it might seem like a little less sugar coated. I have a beautiful friend that calls me, she calls me sugar free, straight up sugar free. And that resonated because that's that's honestly how I hear God in my mind. It's not filtered. It's not being a yes person. It's giving me the facts, giving me the truth, everything that I need to know and everything that I need to receive in the moment, always with love, but zero filters. And all I need is love. Say it to me the way you need to say it, but as long as I can feel that it's coming from a place of love, then that love is felt. And that's the way God speaks to me. And my intention is that anybody who hears me and is engaging in conversation with me, my intention is that you hear these words as well. And the reason this was inspired is because I have a beautiful girlfriend who, is going through a tough go right now. And was just in conversation with her over the last few days, and I love her. She's a ball of sunshine, and I just wanted to hold her as I see that she's going through something. And I'm always just like pouring in, I'm pouring into the friendship and into her, and I see her vision for her life and what she wants to do, and I know she can achieve that. So as she's having a hard go, the conversation turned to her possibly going back in the same direction where she just came from, which was a hard go. Like, you just came out of a hard situation. Why do you want to go back into the situation? And I certainly didn't say it like that. I certainly said it, differently. I'll just say that. And I got in the moment like deer in the headlights, kind of like shock, which I've seen this look before. when I give my love the only way that I know how, with this expression, so I recognize the deer in the headlight looks like, oops. And then of course for me, I was like, oh gosh, did I go too far? Like, are they going to be able to take it? And no, she was beautiful. She actually was the one to say, no, your words did not hurt. Your words set free. And that was the most beautiful thing I think I've ever heard. And that is the intention, is that because that's what God does, right? His word sets free. His word brings freedom. His words bring peace. So the fact that my friend, even in her broken state, going through such a upheaval and a deep transition in her life, and in that moment, I didn't coddle, but I gave truth. And then I can see where it just shocked her spirit. But for her to come back and say, no, that I needed to hear that. Like that, those are the words I need. That sets me free. Thank you, God, for the intention to have been felt. And thank you to my beautiful friend who didn't shoot the messenger. She got the message. And so it was just an inspiration. I actually wanted to jump on the mic right then and there. I was so filled with just gratitude and passion, and a moment where I just knew I needed to present this on the Ultimate Love Letter. So I certainly didn't want the moment to pass because I wanted to give it to you. Don't shoot the messenger. Get the message. When people come into your life and you are stopped and you don't know why, and their words just echo, and sometimes perhaps they do kind of sting a bit. Can you, if they're resonating, we know then that is true. We know then that's a message from God. We can accept it. We can trust it. We can believe it, and then accept it and move accordingly. Do what you will with the message that God is sending, but certainly don't discount in the way that it came. Don't discount the message that has come to you straight from heaven. Yeah, I just wanted to give that to my beautiful community. I know, believe me, I shock myself. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I can't believe I said that. Can I roll back those words? But there's no rolling back once it's said. And once it's said, it's almost like God's like, well, you did that. But here's the thing too, I certainly in those moments, thank you, God, you're using those moments to also help me understand where I can be even a bit more humble. And I say a bit more humble, but God knows, because I tell him, God, humble me if I am going too far. If this is if my expression can be tweaked, if you want it to be tweaked, if you want to change anything, please change it. I want no parts of my personality. I want your personality, God. And whatever that expression is that you are instilling in me to give to the world, I want that expression. I don't want to make this up. I don't want to filter myself. I don't want to look like everybody else, speak like anybody else. I want to have my expression that's coming straight from God. God, use me. And if I have somehow got in the way of the way you want to use me and express through me, meaning if I have gone too far, then please humble my heart and bend me and change my expression. But every time I say that prayer, God tells me to, in other words, he told me the other day, what was the message? I want to give it verbatim. In essence, and I can't recall exactly what he said verbatim, but it was basically like, continue to be real. And that was it. But with every moment where I feel like, oh my goodness, I said that and that was kind of like word vomit, every moment that I say that to myself, I know it's a moment for me to draw even a bit more humbly. So, God uses everything to work everything out. So I know that he's like, yep, good. You said it, and you were standing in your truth when you said it. But if I'm feeling some kind of discord within myself, then perhaps that's a moment for me just to humble myself a bit more. But I'm always moving in alignment with God. Just know I am deeply in my spiritual bag with God. I am not reckless with everyone who presses play. I am not reckless with the words that I'm speaking, or at least I'm not intending to be. I am really here to offer the word as God lays it on my heart. I'm here to create value. I'm here to win souls for God's kingdom. I'm here to be a coach. And I mean, be a coach because I know what we are made of, and I know what we can achieve. And I know that God is up to great things when we yield to his will. And I'm just here to just encourage everyone to give it up, to surrender to God's will, to draw closer to God, because life can be peaceful and blissful and abundant and adventurous and glorious and fulfilling and sustaining and all the incredible things. So my intention is, that you feel that every time you come onto the Ultimate Love Letter. Because I'm a lover for sure. But that's it. That's all, y'all. Get the message. Don't shoot the messenger. We're sugar-free over here. And if you're here and you tune in week over week, then I know you can take it. And I know you accept it. And I know it's resonating. And that is my deepest prayer. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider sharing this with someone who might need an encouragement. A raw, unfiltered, sugar-free, saturated in the most love word from the Most High. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.